Alex, government schools have demonstrated time and time again they do a lousy job educating kids about math and science and writing. Now they're going to get into, evidently, the morality business. Talk about the coming standardized morality tests for our kids.
Well, that's exactly what's happening here, unfortunately, Duke. So the government in the United Arab Emirates, which is, there's 7 of these emirates on the Arabian Peninsula. I think I've been to 6 out of the 7, and they're very un-Western, shall we say, right? Like if you land in Dubai, which is the most Western-minded when you land at Sheikh Zayed Airport, you drive down Sheikh Zayed Road to Sheikh Zayed Hotel. So basically, the government there has commissioned this, they're calling it the Morality Education Standardized Assessment from the organization, the American organization that produces the American ACT test, which is one of the most widely used standardized assessments in the United States. And what it's supposed to do is measure the morality and the moral education of children in government schools in the Emirates in a standardized way. So this, of course, they have global ambitions with this, and the test itself is, rather than being a test of traditional Christian morality or Judeo-Christian morality like we would have in the United States, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not, etc., with the basis in biblical teachings. The morality that these kids in the Emirates are being taught is a weird fusion of Sharia, Islamic law, where you can have 4 wives and you can beat them if they don't behave and things like that, and globalism. In fact, they've been very open about the globalist component of it. They bragged in an official press release about how this is going to help prepare the students for global citizenship and the common values of humanity and all these wonderful things. And of course, the governments in the Emirates are very globalist in their view. For the last 6 years now, they've been hosting what they call the World Government Summit.
It is really interesting that it doesn't dawn on anybody that the idea of a standardized morality controlled by a central agency is not a standardized morality. It is an imposed one. And so what you're doing here is you're taking a complicated issue like morality, and at best, morality is a system that allows us to try to see commonality among different worldviews. This is really leveling off any kind of moral code that doesn't conform to what the testers are looking for. And in this case, you've got the American company behind the ACT, one of the primary exams kids use to get into college, behind perhaps promoting this at a much bigger level. Globally is the ultimate aim. Is the College Board, David Coleman, architect of Common Core, is the College Board who has worked with the ACT to Common Coreify ACT exams. Is he anywhere to be found in this?
I'm 100% sure that they're looking at this and thinking, how do we get involved in this market, right? Because that's where this is all going. This morality education standardized assessment, the MESA they're calling it, they actually brag in the press release announcing this, that it's based on this social and emotional learning, which is at the heart of Common Core. It's at the heart of the Every Student Succeeds Act that's being used now to standardize and dumb down education in the United States. And it's a global trend, right? They're no longer interested in giving children the tools to educate themselves. For example, reading, so that they can access all the accumulated wisdom and knowledge of humankind over all of written language through all time. Now they're interested in the values and the beliefs and the attitudes, and how do we give your children the right mindset and the right moral code that aligns with our globalist agenda. And so what we're seeing here is this kind of globalized education system, and the ACT creators, David Coleman over at the College Board with the SAT and the Common Core, and the Common Core system, the U.S. government, and Betsy DeVos still today. Just recently we talked about how she signed on to the G20's UN education goals. So this is all kind of converging into a single global education system that they've actually been boasting about for quite some time. It's just you won't read it on the front page of the Washington Compost or the New York Slimes. But that's where this is all headed, and they're not being very secretive about it.
Mom and Dad, whenever you hear the word social and emotional learning, and it is in every one of your public schools from kindergarten through high school, whenever you encounter that, understand this. You will never hear things like math and science, achievement, a meritocracy, entrepreneurship, college readiness. You're not going to hear those things when we're talking social and emotional learning. This is all about adopting and brainwashing and whitewashing your kids' minds, making them tools, not educated individuals. Alex, thanks for another big report. We're going to keep an eye on this one over the next few months.